morning everyone. Welcome back to the live class. In this live class we are going to discuss second chapter of the geography, that is inside our earth. My dear students, previously I have told you all that we have a lot of knowledge regarding the outer surface of the earth. We are knowing on the outer surface of the earth, oceans are there, continents are there. Some oceans are too much deep, some are not too much wet sea after some time, some are not too much, and as a result of these all, scientists or we can say geologists have a great curiosity regarding the interior of the earth. So to know about the interior of the earth, a lot of scientific experiments with help of the advanced technologies were made by the scientists or the geologists, and with the help of that they came to be known that the total earth surface is made up of the three concentric layers. Upper one is known as the crust. This crust is not similar at all places. Its thickness varies from the continents to the oceans. In the continents, its thickness is 5 to 10 kilometers, and in the oceans, its thickness is approximately 18 to 35 kilometers. The second one is the mantle. Mantle is also divided into the two parts. Upper mantle is in the liquid state, and that is known as the asthenosphere. It is believed that the crust of the earth is floating onto the upper mantle. Lower mantle is in the solid state. The average thickness of the mantle is 2,900 kilometers. Now, the inner one is known as the core. The thickness of the core is 3,500 kilometers. Core is also divided into the two, inner core and the outer core. Inner core is in the solid state and outer core is in the liquid state. The outer core is made up of the nickel. Outer core is made up of the iron, and inner core is made up of the nickel and iron. That's why it is known as the Nephe. Nephe means nickel and Fe means iron. Same as we have seen in case of the crust. I discussed the crust is made up of the sial and the sema. Sial means silicon and aluminium, and sema means silicon and magnesium. So this was all about the three concentric layers of the earth: crust, mantle and the core. Okay? Now you are going to know about the thickness of the crust, thickness of the mantle, as well as thickness of the core, the constituents which are present into the crust, mantle and the core. Someone want to ask anything? Don't worry. At the last of the class, chances will be given to each and every to ask. At the last of the class, please. So next topic that we have to discuss, that is the rock. Now I am erasing this rock. What is rock? Any concentration of the weight. Yes, Manya, ask.
Atul sir has taught this rock, igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock.
Thank you for your valuable cooperation and support. So, rock. So what are the rocks? Aggregate of any mineral, or we can say accumulation or combination of different minerals are known as the rock. Listen, in a rock, one or more than one mineral can be found in the different quantity. The surface of the earth or the outer area of the earth is mostly made up of the rocks, and we are knowing it is these rocks which act on the process by weathering, and by that they are converted into the soil. Is it? By the weathering process, all the rocks which are present onto the earth, they convert into the soil. Mostly these rocks are categorized, are divided on the basis of their origin, on the basis of their formation, on the basis of their color, on the basis of their texture. So on the basis of all these categories, these rocks are divided into the three main types. First one is the igneous rock. Second one is the sedimentary. And third one is the metamorphic. So first discuss about the igneous rock. Igneous rock is believed to be the oldest rock found onto the surface of the earth. This is formed by the eruption of the volcano. When lava is erupted from the volcano, that lava cools down and forms into the hard rock, which is known as the igneous. It is two types, intrusive and extrusive. Intrusive and extrusive. Intrusive is also called as the volcanic, and extrusive is also known as the plutonic. Now, what is the difference between these two? Intrusive are that igneous rocks whose lava cools down very quickly. Okay? Extrusive are the plutonic, are that igneous rocks whose lava cools very slowly. Best example of the igneous rocks are the granite, pumic, basalt, etc. Okay? Now, second one is the sedimentary. From the name only it is clear, sedimentary means sediments. So sediment means small pieces. What happens? Action of the wind, water, or any other natural phenomena break this igneous rock into the smaller pieces. These smaller breaking pieces of the igneous rocks are transported by the natural agents and collected at a place. When that smaller sediments buried down under any hard surface, then over 1,000 of years they formed into a special type of sediment rocks, which is known as the sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks has a lot of pores. You know, pores means holes. You can see the pictures which are given in your book of all the three rocks. Okay? The best example of the sedimentary rocks are the sandstone, mudstone, and the limestone. Now another third one, metamorphic. My dear students, in the science, you studied about a special process of the transformation, that was the metamorphagy. Knowing metamorphagy that takes place in the case of the butterfly, cocoon, then larva, then cocoon, then butterfly. Not knowing. So this metamorphic means to be changed in the new form. These metamorphic rocks are prepared by either the igneous rock or the sedimentary rock. But what happens? The remains of the igneous or the sedimentary rocks are pressed by any harder object, or a lot of temperature act on that, and by this, over a great period of time, these rocks are changes into the new form of rock, which came to be known as the metamorphic rocks. So metamorphic means completely new. Okay? So means when remains of the igneous or remains of the sedimentary rocks with the intense heat and pressure change into the new type of rock, that is known as the metamorphic rock. The best example of the metamorphic rock is the limestone. This limestone changes into the clay. Now, next topic is given, limestone changes into the clay. Some cases it also changes into the slate. Knowing the slate, black type of surface, or for understanding purpose you can say blackboard, your blackboard. But nowadays most blackboards are prepared by the wood, and the wood black color is polished, not that. Now, rock cycle. This is a complete rock cycle. Knowing a cycle means cycle, that bicycle. See the tires of the bicycle? They start to rotate from one place, and after some time they come to the original state. So rock cycle, this is the rock cycle. See how. As I have told you all, the oldest rock of the earth is the igneous rock. Is it? So by the agent of the water, by the agent of the air, these igneous rocks are broken into the smaller pieces. Then these smaller pieces of the igneous rocks are transported to the another place and buried under any wetted object or remains under extreme pressure. Then by that it changes into the sedimentary rocks. Over 1,000 of years, these sedimentary rocks, if they are under any extreme pressure or the temperature, then they change into the metamorphic. Then with the intense heat and pressure, these metamorphic rocks are converted into the liquid state and goes deep inside the soil and collected in the form of the lava. once again lava will eject out through the volcanic eruption and it will form the igneous rock. So this is the transformation or change of one rock to the another, from the another to another, and once again to the original state. This is the complete rock cycle. Okay? Now, the next topic which is given, that is the use of rock and the mineral. So there are various uses of rocks. Is it? Rocks are used for making houses, building dams, and variety of purposes. Now, minerals. What are the minerals? Minerals are the exact proportion of any item which is present in any rock. Not understood? If in any rock there can be the abundance of the minerals, or there can be the availability of many minerals. So minerals means naturally occurring substances which are found into the smaller or more amount in any rock. These minerals have the specific chemical composition. Means the chemical composition of one mineral will be totally different from the another minerals. Minerals are of the great importance in the life of the human. Without the minerals, we can't think about the sustainability or the proper development. Some of the best minerals which are used by the humans, that are the coal, petroleum, etc., etc. Now one more thing, minerals are also divided into the two categories that is not given in your book: metallic mineral and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are that minerals in which there will be the presence of any metal. Metal means iron, copper, tin, gold, etc. Non-metallic are that minerals in which there will not be any constituent of the metal. So my dear students, this was all about your chapter.